Right now today, Supreme decision. Wisconsin's highest court orders the drawing of new legislative voting maps, delivering a big blow to Republicans. Plus, the holiday rush is well underway. What travel experts say you can do to make your trip a little smoother.
And we still have some fog across the area. You can see the Capitol. Well, at least we can see it now, but still some low fog out there this morning. That'll be dissipating a little bit later on this morning. We're talking about some rain headed our way for Christmas. More coming up.
Good morning. Thanks for joining us here on Weekend Mornings. It is Saturday, December 23rd, 2023. I'm Kyle Pazorski. Let's begin this hour by taking a look outside with Kelly Slifka this morning. Kelly, during our 5 o'clock show, like you said, there was a lot of fog. Couldn't see the Capitol building. Now we can.
Yeah, I can barely see it right now, but visibility is still down in some areas. You can see actually down close to zero down to the south in Monroe, 2-mile visibility in Janesville, 1.5 miles in Madison, down to 1/4 in Viroqua, Mineral Point near zero as well. So we still have some thick fog across not only Wisconsin, Illinois, and also parts of Minnesota and Iowa. Really the only area that's not really seeing the thick fog is up there toward La Crosse and also Camp Douglas this morning. So be on the lookout for that fog this morning. We do have that donut hole that is not under the dense fog advisory there toward La Crosse, but the rest of us does have that dense fog advisory this morning. All right, otherwise we have quiet weather, just the fog this morning. The system that brought us the rain yesterday well on to our east. This is the system that will bring us rain, and it's going to be mainly a rainmaker for the upper Midwest going through the weekend into early parts of next week. Just some low clouds and fog behind that system that brought us the rain yesterday. Temperatures today in Madison in the upper 40s. The fog dissipating between 11 and about noon, lifting to some low clouds. We'll be stuck with the clouds throughout the day. Can't rule out some light fog or some drizzle for the afternoon hours, but the thickest fog this morning. Fog is not quite as thick up in La Crosse, but we do have cloudy skies throughout the day. Temperatures may be getting very close to 50 today. So we have the fog today, but some rain on the way. Christmas Eve and Christmas Day. We'll talk more about it coming up.
Thank you so much, Kelly. Now to our top stories at 8. The Wisconsin Supreme Court has thrown out the state's Republican-drawn legislative maps, a decision Democrats are seeing as a major win.
So there is a likelihood that if the court does end up now drawing new maps, that those maps are going to be more competitive. And it will mean that there is a real fight for control of the legislature.
The decision is a result of Democrats arguing that many of the current maps have favored Republicans since the early 2010s. The court says if new maps are not drawn quickly, they'll create their own series of maps. The Wisconsin Department of Health Services says 2 children have died from RSV, the first from the virus this respiratory season. One of the children was from the southeast part of the state. The other was from the northeast. The deaths come as respiratory illnesses are on the rise statewide. Vaccines are a safe and effective way to protect yourself and loved ones from RSV and other illnesses like influenza and COVID-19. The White House says President Biden has signed the more than $886 billion National Defense Authorization Act into law. The defense policy bill provides the largest raise for service members in more than 2 decades. It also temporarily extends a controversial surveillance program and strengthens the U.S. posture in the Indo-Pacific region to deter Chinese actions. The nearly 3,100-page bill was passed by both the Senate and House. Holiday travel is at an all-time high with Christmas right around the corner. So what are some last-minute tips for those traveling this weekend? Maddie Himes reports.
Many of the travelers I talked to here today at Dane County Regional Airport told me flying was a little pricier than they expected.
More expensive than I had planned or expected. Almost double. Yeah.
The high demand for plane tickets this time of year makes traveling steep, but nevertheless, this holiday season is seeing a record high number of flyers. I spoke with Michael Rickers of the Dane County Airport, who says Christmas landing on a Monday makes for interesting travel plans.
I think that helped alleviate sort of a crunch on the front end. You know, some people left Thursday, some Friday, Saturday, so that sort of drew it out.
But Rickers warns travelers who are headed home right after Christmas to arrive early.
For those who aren't taking that full week, I think we're going to probably see a rush on Tuesday, I would imagine.
His last tip, to wrap your presents after getting through security. In Madison, I'm Maddie Himes, News 3 Now.
And now to a look at gas prices for this weekend. It's only slightly good news across the Badger State. According to AAA, the average price for regular gas is sitting just slightly below last year's prices in Madison, Rock County, and in the La Crosse area. The state average is exactly the same as $2.76 per gallon. To Wall Street now, where stocks held steady in the final trading day before Christmas. Though investors showed tepid behavior Friday, the market did well for the week. All three major indices closed the final full week of 2023 in positive territory. It marks the 8th consecutive week of wins for them all, a streak the S&P 500 hasn't seen since 2017. Here now is a closer look at Friday's numbers. The Dow ends a strong week with an 18-point drop, but the Nasdaq jumps 29, the S&P 500 adds 8. As 2023 comes to a close, there's some good news for consumers. Jen Sullivan looks at what you can expect as we look ahead to 2024.
Some positive news on the economic front. Inflation appears to be cooling, and that means the prices of goods are slowly coming down.
Inflation's come down a lot faster than people expected.
This good news comes after 3+ years of prices going up. In June of 2022, inflation was at 9.1%. Today, it's sitting at 3.1%. And the gap between employee wages and inflation is closing. President Joe Biden celebrating the news and releasing a statement Friday, saying in part, as Americans gather to celebrate the holidays, we can be grateful for good jobs, rising wages, a growing economy, lower costs, and a new year of progress ahead of us. Another indicator the economy is moving in the right direction, people are buying. Consumer spending has outpaced expectations.
The demand for goods has remained high, but the supply has essentially increased dramatically fast.
But the cost to borrow is still historically high. The average interest rate for a 30-year fixed mortgage was 6.67% for the week ending Thursday, according to Freddie Mac, their lowest level since June. And even as rates retreat, new home sales dipped last month. The Federal Reserve has raised rates 11 times since March of 2022 to curb inflation. Earlier this month, the Fed decided to keep the federal funds rate at 5.25% to 5.5%.
We still have a ways to go. No one is declaring victory. That would be premature. And we can't be guaranteed of this progress. So we're moving carefully in making that assessment of whether we need to do more or not.
Even if interest rates do drop in 2024, some financial planners say it's highly unlikely they'll drop as low as in 2020 or 2021. I'm Jen Sullivan reporting.
Now some more local news. The Porchlight Men's Temporary Shelter on Madison's east side has seen a surge of shelter guests this season. Porchlight says it's seen almost a twofold increase in the number of people that it once served at its former location at Grace Episcopal. The shelter was set up for about 200 people, but Porchlight is now seeing close to 300 every night.
We haven't had the real harsh weather yet. That's typically when you see the numbers grow, and that's why it's a bit alarming to see them at the levels that they are.
Progress is being made on building a new permanent shelter. If the design plan is approved by the city, it could open by the end of 2025. 2 Madison apartment complexes built to house people and families experiencing homelessness could be closed as soon as early next year, leaving residents scrambling to find a new place to live. Braden Ross spoke to one of them about the news they say is just another failure of the system.
The Tree Lane Apartments here on Madison's west side were an experiment in housing first philosophy. Now, 5 years later, they're on their way to closing their doors, leaving the families they hope to help to find somewhere else to go. Residents at both the Tree Lane Apartments and the Refke Terrace Apartments on Madison's east side learned this week they'll have to move out sometime in the next few months.
Everybody in this building is crying, baby. They have nowhere to go. Even the kids are crying.
While the city of Madison encouraged the projects at the outset, they do not own or operate either of the buildings. Both complexes were declared public nuisances by the city due to high levels of violence, issues the city attributes mainly to the building's management. They say the problems have been getting better since management changed hands in June, but now the owners are looking to sell. Representatives with the city of Madison tell me they hope to work with whoever ends up buying these buildings to keep a focus on affordable housing. Reporting in Madison, Braden Ross, News 3 Now.
All right, time now is 8:08. Still ahead, tips on buying skiing gear this winter, plus your Eye on Consumer report. And let's take a live look outside. Kelly has your full forecast just ahead here on Weekend Mornings.
Go to Amazon.com/skills to enable Channel 3000 news briefs.
Baby, don't forget, it's the holidays. Give me something sweet, let's celebrate. Oh, it's getting late, and I almost forgot to celebrate.
In a
Class 3 casino. You're playing against the house, so there's no guarantee a player has to win, ever. And in a Class 2 casino, the players play against each other and not the house. So someone always wins.
So you're saying...
He's saying if you want to win at something, you have to go to Ho Chunk Gaming Madison, a Class 2 casino where someone has to win.
How about this then?
Ho Chunk Gaming Madison.
Only at Vanguard, you're more than just an investor, you're an owner. Our financial planning tools and advice can help you prepare for today's longer retirement.
Hi, Mom.
That's the value of ownership.
Hey, it's me, your dry skin. I'm craving something we're missing. The ceramides in CeraVe. CeraVe with 3 essential ceramides helps restore my natural barrier so I can lock in moisture and we can feel it long after. CeraVe moisturizers.
Hurry in, America. It's time to visit your Ford dealer for the final days of the Make the Holidays Bright sales event. Choose from a large inventory of Ford vehicles equipped with technology and flexibility for any season. It's your last chance to get special offers on our great selection of Ford vehicles. Only during the final days of the Make the Holidays Bright sales event. Choose FlexBuy on a new Ford SUV and get 1.9% APR financing for 66 months, plus $3,500 FlexBuy cash. Only at your local Ford dealer.
We've been spending a lot more time than ever at home these days. Maybe now you've just noticed cold air coming in from a couple windows, which means you're losing heat in the winter, losing cooling in the summer, losing money. Now is the time for new windows and patio doors from Renewal by Andersen. And right now, when you buy one window or patio door, get one at 40% off. Plus, there's no money down, no payments for 12 months, and no interest for 12 months.
1-800-216-7421.
Experience the Channel 3000 News app today. Tailored for your news the way you want it. With a customizable home page and faster page loads. Download the Channel 3000 News app. Powered by News 3 Now. News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Good morning, meteorologist Kelly Slifka out on the patio as we're watching the squirrels raid the bird feeder behind me. The chickadees aren't too happy about that, but that's what happens. We've got the fog this morning. It's been really thick, and we can see our sky cam from looking at the Capitol. You can see the top of the dome is kind of covered by that fog, so we do have the fog here in Madison. And, well, Platteville, we can't see anything. Well, I can see a little bit of a light down there, but that's about it. So this is a fairly widespread dense fog. Most of Wisconsin, excluding the Cooley region up toward La Crosse, Richland Center, Camp Douglas, not in the dense fog advisory in effect until 11 o'clock. But we do have the fog out here this morning. It has been getting close to zero in some spots as well. Looks like 50s will be coming our way Christmas Eve and also Christmas Day, and it's going to be setting up for a very wet Christmas. Here are the visibilities right now. 1.5 miles in Madison, near zero in Mineral Point, Monroe near zero. 2-mile visibility in Janesville, 1.5 miles in Watertown, 1/4 mile in Viroqua. Once you get north of the Dells, a little bit better, especially get toward La Crosse, seeing that donut hole where they're not really seeing the really thick fog. We had the rain yesterday. We're watching the system over the desert southwest. That's the one that's going to be moving in later tomorrow, mainly tomorrow night, going into Christmas Day. In the meantime, we're kind of in between, but we're stuck with this low-level moisture. That's why we have the fog this morning. A lot of clouds around. See some patchy drizzle, just kind of damp out here this morning as we go through the morning hours. Some of this fog starting to lift a little bit more. As we get in the afternoon, just kind of cloudy, maybe a patchy a passing shower, and some drizzle. Temperatures gradually backing off into the mid-40s later today. But the trend is for this mild weather to continue at least through the early part of next week. We'll be well into the 50s, but we do cool down next week. This is still running above our average. December is going to be one of the warmest Decembers we've had in quite a while, and that's the same case for La Crosse. Temperatures up to near 54 tomorrow, 53 on Monday. Then we see those temperatures back down closer to freezing next week. All right, Sunday, most of the day dry, but we're watching this area of rain off to the west. That'll be moving closer and closer to the La Crosse area later in the afternoon, the evening. Madison might be holding off until after 9 o'clock, and then we'll be with that rain overnight going into Christmas Day, kind of a solid area of rain, and it's going to be mild enough that the entire state expecting rain. There's not going to be any snow on the ground across the entire state for Monday, for Christmas Day. As far as rainfall tallies, could be adding up some pretty good totals. Some locations may be up closer to an inch, especially areas to the west, while down toward Janesville and Watertown, about 1/4 to 1/2 of an inch. So 50 today in La Crosse with some passing showers or drizzle. Otherwise, 54 tomorrow with that rain developing later in the afternoon. Christmas Day, we have that rain with us. Temperatures still in the 50s. Cooling off, we can't rule out a little bit of a mix Wednesday, maybe some snow showers on Thursday. Temperatures get closer to freezing. In Madison, we're calling for that rain to develop mainly tomorrow night. That will continue into Christmas Day, even into Tuesday. May see a little bit of a mix early Wednesday, some minor accumulation with some snow with that, but a lot of that will be melting on contact, but temperatures still above freezing.
Kelly, thank you. People gave the gift of life for the holiday season through a blood drive at the Alliant Energy Center on Friday. For the 38th year, the Southwest Wisconsin chapter of the American Red Cross asked for donors, especially those with type O blood. And while the need for blood is constant, the supply isn't, especially around the holidays when blood donations typically decline due to busy schedules, holiday travel, and seasonal illnesses. Universal donors like Linda from Montello have been donating and have donated over 10 gallons in their lifetime.
I've had people in my family that have been sick. I know that I can help other people overcome illnesses. We've done it as a family with my son, so I know that I can do it.
It just warms my heart to see people come out, and a lot of times there's families that come together. It might be the only time of year that they all get together to donate together, and it's just become a traditional, not only for us, but for a lot of families as well.
It's the largest one-day blood drive in the Madison area, with more than 700 community members rolling up a sleeve to help save lives each year. Anyone who's looked out their back window can tell that it's not going to be a white Christmas this year, but out in the area's ski hills, there's plenty of snow. This morning, we're talking with Tony Milanek from the Chalet Ski Shop in Madison about buying the right gear before hitting the slopes. He says while getting the proper skis is important, so too are what you put on your feet.
By far, a ski boot is the most important thing. It will affect your pleasure and your performance of your ski more than anything else. And a ski boot that is properly fit and is the right flex range for your level of ability will make a ski turn better and perform better.
Coming up in our next half hour, we will have our full conversation with Tony with all his tips to get out and have fun this winter. A major airline is paying the price for a holiday travel meltdown, and millions of car owners need to get their vehicles fixed. Christine Lazar has those stories and more in this Eye on Consumer Report.
Major recalls from two of the world's largest automakers, Honda and its luxury brand Acura, are recalling more than 2.5 million vehicles in the U.S., including Accords, Civics, and Odysseys. It's over a fuel pump defect that can cause stalling while driving and impacts 2017 through 2020 models. And Toyota is recalling roughly 1 million vehicles because of a defective airbag sensor. The recall affects various 2020 to 2022 Camry, Corolla, RAV4, Lexus, Highlander, and Sienna models. Toyota says a short circuit in a sensor could cause the airbags to malfunction. As millions of people fly to their holiday destination, one airline is still dealing with last year's travel rush. Southwest Airlines and the federal government have agreed to a $140 million settlement related to the December 2022 meltdown when the airline canceled thousands of flights and stranded millions of customers. And if you're rushing to get those last-minute gifts, you're not alone. Nearly 142 million Americans are expected to do some shopping today, according to the National Retail Federation. The so-called Super Saturday is the last major shopping day of the winter holiday season. Those are some of the week's top consumer stories. I'm Christine Lazar, CBS News, Los Angeles.
Still ahead, Kelly will have a check at your forecast. Plus, there are several new shows and movies to check out this weekend. Will Loper shares his picks and 3 things to watch when we return here on Weekend Mornings.
Win a hand-paid jackpot at Ho-Chunk Gaming Wisconsin Dells, and you'll have a chance to win a new Mercedes and a shot at $100,000 in cash. It's the Mega Jackpot Winners Quarterly Drawings going on now at Ho-Chunk Gaming Wisconsin Dells.
This is Kathy. She's about to see her dentist. She's afraid. Not because of the drill, but because of the bill. A big bill. But Kathy doesn't need to be afraid, and neither do you, thanks to affordable dental insurance from Physicians Mutual Insurance Company. It's easy to get this coverage. Don't believe me? Call or go online for all the details. You could even have this free information kit. This isn't a discount plan or preventive-only coverage. This is real dental insurance. It helps pay for over 400 procedures. That's a lot. I'm talking cleanings, fillings, crowns, bridges, root canals, even dentures. Bottom line, you'll have help paying for routine care and expensive major work. But if you want deductibles, forget it. There aren't any. No annual maximum either. Plus, you can see any dentist you want. Stop fearing the big bill. Start saving at the dentist. Call now or go to sendinfokit.com.
Physicians Mutual, Physicians Mutual.
Do you have an idea for an invention, but you don't know what to do next? Call InventHelp. They've been helping inventors for 35 years. Call today for free information.
Call 800-550-5543.
Let's get real clear. If you have psoriasis and are experiencing joint pain, it could be psoriatic arthritis. Both are believed to be caused by excess inflammation inside the body. Get real with your dermatologist and ask about Real Clear Skin today.
If you've ever grilled, you know you can count on propane to make everything great. But did you know propane also powers school buses that produce lower emissions that lead to higher test scores? Or that propane can cut your energy costs at home? It powers big jobs and small ones too. From hospitals to hospitality, people rely on propane, an energy source that's affordable, plentiful, and environmentally friendly for everyone. Get the facts at propane.com/now.
A 33-year-old woman has fenders and a new headlight installed on her bike, but the parts are badly designed and cause her to crash. She never walks again. She decides to hire Habish, & Rotier, and she receives $14.5 million. The Habish team negotiates with the headlight manufacturer in Germany, the fender company in Hong Kong, the fender designer in Madison, and the bike shop in Seattle. It is literally the opposite of one phone call and a quick settlement. Habish, & Rotier, national reputation, hometown service.
Win a hand-paid jackpot at Ho-Chunk Gaming Wisconsin Dells, and you'll have a chance to win a new Mercedes and a shot at $100,000 in cash. It's the Mega Jackpot Winners Quarterly Drawings, going on now at Ho-Chunk Gaming Wisconsin Dells.
Hi, good morning, meteorologist Kelly Slifka on a cloudy, foggy start to our Saturday, and it looks like this fog will be with us for several more hours. In fact, kind of been variable here. We've been able to see the Capitol Dome at times and not being able to see the Capitol Dome at times. So caught on some fog. It's 41 this morning. Winds are calm, humidity up there, and that's what's creating some of the fog. Right now across the area, everybody in the lower 40s, 40 right now in the Dells, 41 in Camp Douglas, 42 in La Crosse, and it's 43 in Janesville, Watertown at 39. So visibility is down to near zero in Monroe. Traveling this morning, just use some caution, keep those lights on, just so people can see you. 1/4 mile visibility in Mineral Point, and it's near zero once again up in Viroqua. So most of the state, excluding that donut hole right over the Cooley region, under a dense fog advisory in effect until 11 o'clock. We will see the clouds and fog with us this morning, some drizzle as well. We're watching that storm to the southwest. That's what's going to bring us some wet weather going into tomorrow night into Christmas Day. So Madison counting on clouds and fog this morning, gradually lifting to just low clouds, a little bit of drizzle for the afternoon. Still kind of hazy out there today. Not as much fog in La Crosse. Temperatures getting close to 50. Talk more about that rainmaker for Christmas Day coming up.
Thank you so much, Kelly. Golden Globe winner and Oscar nominee Taraji P. Henson is breaking her silence over life as an actress. During an interview with Gayle King, she broke down while explaining why she considered quitting, saying she is tired of not being paid fairly.
I'm just tired of working so hard, being gracious at what I do, getting paid a fraction of the cost. You get tired. I hear people go, you work a lot. Well, have to. The math ain't mathin'.
Henson has been in the spotlight promoting the film version of The Color Purple, which hits theaters on Christmas Day. And speaking of movies, there's clearly no shortage of films and shows streaming right now for the holiday weekend. Will Loper shares a few of the best in this weekend's 3 Things to Watch.
Hello, I'm Lenny.
Hello, Felicia.
Newly streaming on Netflix is the film Maestro.
He can be the first great American conductor.
Bradley Cooper directs and stars in the biopic of the famous composer Leonard Bernstein. Although the film mostly focuses on his complicated relationship with Felicia Montalegre, played by Carey Mulligan.
I don't even know how much you need me to.
I might. Maestro is streaming on Netflix now.
You thought the story was over. But it was only just beginning.
Newly streaming on Disney Plus is the second season of Marvel Studios' What If. The series explores different scenarios in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, featuring the voices of many of the same actors.
Just be careful. I don't think I can bear to narrate what might happen next.
The first 2 episodes of What If are streaming on Disney Plus now.
Oh, gotta admit, that's some solid holiday wordplay.
I was thinking, maybe we don't put Santa's name on the big gift this year.
Chris, he has to get the dinosaur from Santa.
Thank you, Santa.
I will not have you ruining Christmas for our child.
And celebrate Christmas with a new movie shot here in Wisconsin. Available to rent or buy on Amazon Prime Video, The Big Gift.
Apparently you don't have the Christmas spirit in you this year. I'll see to it personally that Everett receives his gift from me.
After getting his son an expensive present, a dad decides to put his name on the gift instead of Santa's. However, the beefy Santa Claus is none too happy about this.
Don't get it in your head that Santa's some sweet, jolly Batman. He's a destroyer of worlds.
That sounds a little dramatic.
And I hear one of the actors playing an elf is quite good.
Good, bad, candy cane.
The Big Gift is available to rent for $1.99 or buy for $4.99 on Amazon now.
Can you believe he delivers all those toys in one night?
Yeah, it's a real miracle.
Those are the 3 things you need to watch, and this is Will Loper for Weekend Mornings.
Come on next to look at our top morning headlines. Stick with us. This is Weekend Mornings.
Toyotathon is on. Time to make the holidays picture perfect with a new Toyota. We're going to need a bigger tree.
Get 3.99% APR plus $1,000 cash back on Tacoma when you finance through Toyota Financial Services. Toyota, let's go places.
You've got this. You didn't think your sister would take you up on the dog sitting offer, but here you are. Barriers purchased. Doggy distractions, no expense spared. Yeah, you've got this. Just like Associated Bank's got you with $50 overdraft grace zone. So when you have to make a purchase, or 7, to prepare, you can be sure we're looking out for you. So you can look out for him. You've got this with Associated Bank.
Hey, it's me, your dry skin. I'm craving something we're missing. The ceramides in CeraVe. CeraVe with 3 essential ceramides helps restore my natural barrier so I can lock in moisture and we can feel it long after. CeraVe moisturizers.
Baby, don't forget, it's the holidays. Give me something sweet, let's celebrate. Oh, it's getting late, and I almost forgot to celebrate.
Volunteering offers more than benefits for those served. Volunteers reap health benefits from the time they give. RSVP of Dane County's Driver Services Program needs volunteers to provide rides to medical appointments and deliver meals to older adults in Dane County. Ideal candidates are of legal driving age, love to drive, and meet new people. Schedules are very flexible, and volunteer drivers will use their own vehicles and are reimbursed for mileage. To make a difference this holiday season, please contact RSVP of Dane County today.
iPhone 15 Pro, your husband deserves it.
Carolers, to tell me you want a new iPhone, a better plan is Verizon.
No way they take this wreck.
Yes, they will in any condition. Get iPhone 15 Pro and iPad and Apple Watch all on them.
Please forgive him.
It's all good, just a little awkward. we'll wrap this up.
It's your last chance to turn any iPhone in any condition into a new iPhone 15 Pro with titanium and iPad and Apple Watch SE all on us. That's up to $1,700 in value, only on Verizon.
We keep this love in a photograph. We made these memories for ourselves, where our eyes are never closing, our hearts are never broken, and time's forever frozen still. So you can keep me inside the pocket of your ripped.
Toyotathon is on. Make your holidays a little more magical with a new Toyota. Come in today.
Get $1,000 cash back on your favorite models when you finance through Toyota Financial Services. Toyota, let's go places.
It's 8:30 right now, a busy day for the justice system Friday. Former President Trump's immunity case will not head to the U.S. Supreme Court. The details ahead. Plus, Supreme decision, Wisconsin's highest court orders the drawing of new legislative voting maps, delivering a big blow to Republicans.
And we are continuing to monitor the fog, the thick fog across much of the Badger State, and it extends across the upper Midwest. Also have some rain in the forecast. More coming up.
Good morning and thanks for joining us here on Weekend Mornings. It is Saturday, December 23rd. Rock singer Eddie Vedder turns 59 today. Let's send it over to Kelly Slifick for a look at your Saturday forecast. Kelly, I hear you're a big fan of Eddie Vedder.
It took me a while earlier this morning when you were saying who he played for. It's, it's 6 o'clock in the morning when we were talking about this earlier, but yeah, Pearl Jam. There you go. We've got some dense fog this morning across southern Wisconsin. And if you are going to be traveling this morning, even into the afternoon, just keep those headlights on just so people can see you. But you can barely see the Capitol Dome right now. It's 41 in Madison. The winds are calm. That's why we're seeing the fog, the humidity up there at 96%. Mile and a half in Madison, almost zero in Monroe and also Viroqua. Half mile in the Dells. Once you get northwest of the Dells, it gets a little bit better toward La Crosse, Toma, Sparta area. And that's why they do not have the dense fog advisory, but that's the donut hole. Those dense fog advisories extend across not only Wisconsin, Minnesota, and Iowa, so kind of extensive across the upper Midwest. Not snow. We don't have any snow on the ground. In fact, you really have to go up into extreme northwestern Minnesota. Even the UP of Michigan usually has tons of snow by now with the lake effect, but that is not even the case. So really lacking snow across the upper Midwest, mainly because of these above average temperatures, running well above average, 20, 25 degrees above average starting tomorrow. That'll continue into a Christmas Day before we start to see those temperatures tail off a little bit. But count on that fog this morning. Just allow some extra time if you are going to be traveling across southern Wisconsin. Temperatures in the upper 40s in Madison today. Getting closer to 50, maybe not quite as thick of fog in the La Crosse area, as we will see overcast skies, maybe a little bit of patchy drizzle as well. Talk more about the rainmaker that's headed away for Christmas Day coming up.
All right, Kelly, thank you. Now to our top stories this half hour. The Supreme Court has declined to take up a landmark case over whether former President Trump is immune from prosecution for alleged crimes while in office. It's a move which allows the appeals process to play out first. The Supreme Court's decision Friday is a blow to special counsel Jack Smith and his team of prosecutors who have pushed the courts to move quickly to hold trials in the Washington case and the second prosecution in Florida before the presidential election swings into full gear. The Wisconsin Supreme Court, meanwhile, has thrown out the state's Republican-drawn legislative maps, a decision Democrats are undoubtedly seeing as a major win.
And so there is a likelihood that if the court does end up now drawing new maps, that those maps are going to be more competitive. And it will mean that there is a real fight for control of the legislature.
The decision is a result of Democrats arguing that many of the current maps have favored Republicans since the early 2010s. The court says if new maps are not drawn quickly, they'll create its own series of maps. Now to a developing story. A surge of migrants at the U.S. southern border is overwhelming U.S. border control, with thousands being processed each day. It comes as border security remains a vulnerability for President Joe Biden as he seeks re-election in 2024. Julia Benbrook explains what the administration is doing, all to try and control the recent migrant surge.
President Joe Biden is ramping up pressure on Mexican President Andrés Manuel López Obrador, urging him to help with the migrant crisis at the southern border. The two leaders spoke on the phone this week.
They had a chance to talk about ongoing efforts to manage the unprecedented migratory flows in the Western Hemisphere.
Over recent days, close to 10,000 migrants have crossed the U.S.-Mexico border daily. National Security Council spokesperson John Kirby says this recent surge has strained federal resources and led to port closures.
The two leaders agreed that additional enforcement actions are urgently needed so that key ports of entry can be reopened across our shared border.
Border security remains a vulnerable area for Biden as he seeks re-election in 2024. Polls show that former President Donald Trump is far more trusted than Biden when it comes to immigration and border security. And among immigrant voters, Trump and Biden tied in a hypothetical matchup. Now, this polling came out prior to Biden's latest actions and before Trump made recent chilling comments about undocumented immigrants on the campaign trail.
They're poisoning the blood of our country. That's what they've done.
The Biden campaign said Trump's anti-immigration comments, quote, parroted Adolf Hitler. And some of Trump's Republican rivals have worked to distance themselves from what Trump said while calling on Biden to do more at the border. Reporting in Washington, I'm Julia Benbrook.
Time now is 8:35. Still ahead this morning. Buying the right skiing gear can be challenging. We got some tips for those looking to hit the slopes this winter. Stick with us.
The price of gold is at a 7-year high. Get top cash on the spot for your gold at Diamond Select. Cash in today while the price of gold is high. Don't miss out. Get instant cash for your gold today at Diamond Select, downtown Stoughton.
This time of year, we gather, we celebrate, and we remember the things that matter most. For us, that's you. And you are why we do what we do. Each and every one of you are wonderful, amazing people. So we'll treat you that way on your journey of trusted care, because the way you feel matters. Unity Point Health Meritor, a partner of UW Health, know how much you matter to this world.
Whatever the holidays mean to you, get the most out of them in a new Honda. Whether it's taking in the lights with all your friends in a spacious Accord, or taking in a snow day in a rugged CRV. Your holiday adventure awaits with a new Honda during Happy Honda Days. Buy online, reserve from select dealers, or visit your local Honda dealer today.
Okay, everyone, our mission is to provide complete balanced nutrition for strength and energy.
Ensure with 27 vitamins and minerals, nutrients for immune health, and Ensure Complete with 30 grams of protein.
This is a real person seeking a solution to a real problem.
Hi, fine, how are you?
Welcome to the Good Feet store. How can I help?
I have plantar fasciitis. My knees hurt, my hips hurt.
Then she was personally fit with Good Feet arch supports.
I don't feel any pain anywhere.
Good.
Seriously, no pain in my knees, my hips, nothing. This is amazing. I don't want to take them off. It just feels like I'm in heaven. Oh, you're a blessing in disguise.
Try them for yourself with a free arch support fitting at the Good Feet store.
Do you have an idea for an invention, but you don't know what to do next? Call InventHelp. They've been helping inventors for 35 years. Call today for free information.
Call 800-550-5543.
From a diamond engagement to a diamond anniversary and everything in between, we shop the diamond capitals of the world so you don't have to. At Diamond Select, we also fix, reset, and remake jewelry too. Diamond Select in downtown Stoughton.
Have a great night and do something good. I started saying it because I was just so tired of all the bad news in the world. People are out there doing great things. I've experienced it. And believe me, it can change your day. Tell us about the good you see. Go to Channel 3000 or post it using the hashtag #DoSomethingGood. I'll share your stories on News 3 Now. Our community is full of wonderful, giving people. Let's celebrate them together. Let's do something good.
Meteorologist Kelly Slifka out on the patio, a foggy patio at that, although I did notice a little bit of an improvement over the last 15 minutes or so since I've been last out on the patio here on the southwest side of Madison. But we do have dense fog advisories in effect until 11 o'clock, so if you are traveling, keep those headlights on. I know it's light out, but just make sure so people can see you as you are traveling through that. Right now, you can still, the dome getting obscured quite a bit from some of the fog that we've had develop here in the Madison area. Temperature right now at 41 degrees. The winds are currently calm. Humidity at 96%. So visibility is near zero in Monroe. Allows some extra time traveling across the Badger State. Really, the only one that's not seeing real thick fog is the La Crosse area right now. Visibility at 6 while it's near zero, not far down to the south in Viroqua. Most of Wisconsin in that dense fog advisory in effect until 11 o'clock, and then it extends into Minnesota, Iowa, and Illinois, so much of the upper Midwest. Just a little bit of a hole there in the Cooley region. Temperatures in the 40s for most of today, but maybe getting a little bit closer to 50 where they don't have that really thick fog out to the west into the La Crosse area, but some patchy drizzle even into the afternoon hours. But it's just going to be kind of a gray, cloudy day. Mild for this time of the year, but you can feel the dampness out here. Upper 40s in Madison, maybe getting closer to 50 in La Crosse. We do have some rain on the way for Christmas Day. We'll talk about it coming up.
Thank you, Kelly. Well, it's not going to be a white Christmas, but for many area ski slopes, what comes from the sky, it doesn't really quite matter, with snowmaking machines doing a lot of the work. For people wanting to get out skiing this winter rather, there's a lot to know in terms of buying the right equipment. This morning we go inside a Madison area ski shop to get some tips on what you need to know before hitting the slopes. We're here now at the Chalet Ski Shop with owner Tony Milonic. Tony, how are you doing today?
I'm doing well, thank you.
First thing I want to get into is when I'm a beginner skier like myself, I've never gone skiing before, what kind of equipment do I need to get and where can I find it here at your shop?
Well, we have a nice range of ski equipment designed for people that are just starting off. And some of the specific features of beginner skis are that they are soft flexing, makes it easier to turn. We recommend people ski on a little shorter length, which might be about nose high. But the most important thing is that it has a lot of side cut. Skis are wider in the front and narrower in the middle and wider on the tail. And ski can be turned today by a beginner by just tipping the ski on edge. You don't have to power it through a turn. That's really important, and we have a nice range of skis that we recommend for that.
And we were talking a little bit off camera before about the most important piece of gear when going skiing. What is it?
By far, a ski boot is the most important thing. It will affect your pleasure and your performance of your ski more than anything else. And a ski boot that is properly fit and is the right flex range for your level of ability will make a ski turn better and perform better. And the reverse of that, not having a boot that fits properly, doesn't really matter what kind of ski you're on, it's not going to work properly.
When I was preparing for this interview, I looked up online most common questions for buying skis, and the #1 question that kept coming up was, should I rent or should I buy my skis? Your answer?
My answer would be, if you haven't skied before, I would encourage people to rent. Go out a couple times and rent it. Make sure you like the sport. Make sure you're happy. Make sure you can do it. Maybe take a lesson. But once you get the bug and once you get into the sport, it really captivates people, and then you are financially farther off owning because a ski does not wear out. Ski boots do not break. You can ski on this gear for 10 years without any problem.
And once I finally do get a set of skis and I go out, and after a season, it's the summer now, I want to store them somewhere, where do I put them and what's the best practice to do that?
I would put them in a cool, dry place. A good place would be your basement, maybe a closet.
Not the garage.
Not the garage, no. The bottoms of the skis and the edges and the bindings have a lot of different types of materials in them, and they don't react well if they're left in high humidity and high heat over the summertime. We encourage people to bring them in at the beginning of the year or end of the year and just have us inspect them, and we can tell you what the ski needs and if there's anything going on that you need to be taken care of.
And when our viewers come in here to Chalet, what can they expect from your staff? You got some pretty experienced people around here that can help everyone out, right?
We do. All of our employees and the guys that work in the equipment department are very well trained. They're all skiers. You know, we ski everything we sell. All the skis on this wall, we skied them all. So working with people on boot fitting is what is our most important thing. And we do a lot of extensive foot measurements and adjustments to ski boots to kind of customize the fit. And we offer a long-term fit guarantee so that if you have a problem down the road with a ski or a boot, just bring them back in and we can do adjustments to keep you happy and keep you skiing.
And that's one of the things people can expect when they come in here, that you have a service that goes beyond just the first purchase, right?
Absolutely, yeah. People that buy gear are going to have it for a long time, and the ski may not change, but you will change. As people begin to ski and gain experience, they're skiing a wider range of terrain, their needs change, and we may have to make adjustments on the ski boot. We might have to tune the ski a little bit differently, but we're with you for the long haul, and that's important for people to know.
Tony, thank you so much. Let's go skiing.
All right, let's hit it.
And our thanks for Tony for helping with that story. Still ahead, Zach has your morning sports report. Plus, we're taking another live look outside. Kelly has another check of the forecast next on Weekend Mornings.
The Emmy Award-winning News 3 Now this morning, weekdays.
Introducing Feli's Flowers' new seasonal planter program. Makes the perfect holiday gift for home or business. Enjoy a unique seasonal planter delivered to your door 3 times a year. Growing for Madison since 1949. Order now at Feli's Flowers.
There's a reason big dental bills often come as a shock. Because sometimes you don't realize what's not covered until you get the bill. That's why affordable dental insurance from Physicians Mutual is important. It can give you benefits that go beyond what you get from more limited coverage plans. Because no one likes a big dental bill, especially if you're retired or on a fixed income. For a free information kit, call or go online now. This isn't some discount plan or preventive-only coverage. This is real dental insurance that helps cover over 350 procedures, like cleanings, fillings, crowns, bridges, root canals, even dentures, at any dentist you want. Dental insurance from Physicians Mutual Insurance Company helps cover preventive care, basic work, and major procedures, with no deductibles and no annual maximum. For your free information kit with all the details, call now or visit sendinfokit.com.
Physicians Mutual, Physicians Mutual. Baby, don't forget, it's the holidays. Give me something sweet, let's celebrate. Oh, it's getting late, and I almost forgot to celebrate.
iPhone 15 Pro, your husband deserves it.
Carolers, to tell me you want a new iPhone, a better plan is Verizon.
No way they take this wreck.
Yes, they will in any condition. Get iPhone 15 Pro and iPad and Apple Watch all on them.
Please forgive him.
It's all good, just a little awkward. We'll wrap this up.
It's your last chance to turn any iPhone in any condition into a new iPhone 15 Pro with titanium and iPad and Apple Watch SE all on us. That's up to $1,700 in value, only on Verizon.
Do you have an idea for an invention, but you don't know what to do next? Call InventHelp. They've been helping inventors for 35 years. Call today for free information.
Call 800-550-5543.
Introducing Feli's Flowers' new seasonal planter program. Makes the perfect holiday gift for home or business. Enjoy a unique seasonal planter delivered to your door 3 times a year. Growing for Madison since 1949. Order now at Feli's Flowers.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Good morning. We are watching the fog continuing here in the Madison area. The dome, occasionally we can see it, occasionally it disappears. So it looks like it is starting to lift a little bit. I think over the next couple of hours, conditions will improve. At least the thickest of fog will have moved out. But look at Platteville. Can't see much at all. Maybe see the ground there on the bottom, but that's about it. That's why we have the fog pretty widespread across the area. Visibility is down to 1.5 miles in Madison. It's near zero, though, in Monroe. 3/4 mile visibility in the Dells. Platteville, where we just showed you that sky cam, down to 1/4 mile. Near zero in Viroqua. Not too bad in La Crosse. Just a little bit of a haze. Visibility is right now at 6 miles. So we do have the dense fog advisory across the entire state, excluding the Cooley region, where visibilities are not quite at that criteria, getting less than a mile. All right, we're in the 40s right now. 41 in Madison, 40 in the Dells, Janesville at 43. Currently, Prairie du Chien at 41, La Crosse 42, 37 in Viroqua. A foggy morning. But as we get toward 11 o'clock or so, a lot of this fog will just lift to some low clouds. Still going to be fairly gray. Can't rule out a little bit of reduced visibility. But by Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, we're talking about low to mid 50s. So unseasonably mild. The record high in Madison for Christmas Day is 56. We'll get close to that. It looks like tomorrow. Wet Christmas expected. And that's due to this storm system right now that's over the desert southwest, the Four Corners area. That's the one that's going to pass to our south or pass to our west. And actually, we'll be on the warm side of it. It's just going to sit and spin to our west, and that'll keep us on the wet, warm side of the system as we move into Christmas Eve and Christmas Day. Today, we'll look at just cloudy skies, some drizzle at times, temperatures generally in the 40s, but may get close to 50 over toward La Crosse, where it's not quite as humid or as much moisture in the air as what we're seeing in the Madison area. So looking at that chance of rain ramping up later in the day Sunday, especially areas to the west, and then by Sunday and Monday, Sunday night into Monday, that's when we are expecting fairly wet conditions. And going home from Christmas, still expecting some rain. And it's going to be mild enough that it is expected to be just rain. Track that on our Sunday forecast. A lot of rain off to our west. Really no snow until you get way into western parts of Minnesota. Solid area of rain as we go into a Christmas Day. Going to be kind of a washout. Could get some moderate rainfall totals coming out as well. Generally across most of the area, about a quarter to as much as 3/4 of an inch. There might be some totals, though, off to the north and west. That could be closer to an inch of rain. So La Crosse up to 50 today with cloudy skies, a little bit of light fog this morning. 54 tomorrow, breezy. Christmas Day looks to be wet. Temperature still in the low 50s. We do cool off a little bit. There might be a little bit of a rain-snow mix waking up Thursday morning. For Madison, cloudy skies with that fog this morning. Breezy, that chance of rain developing mainly tonight. Temperatures in the 50s, though. 55 for Christmas Eve, 52 on Christmas Day. 40s return on Tuesday and Wednesday, even though we do back off these temperatures and actually see a little bit of sun later in the week. Still above average with highs in the low to mid 30s.
I'm going to be honest with you. Historically, Chicago State is not a good basketball team. The Cougars have won 10 or more games in a season just once in the last 9 years. This year, though, they enter the Kohl Center on a 4-game win streak. Badgers honoring Walt McGrory, who passed away after a 2-year battle with cancer, with their Walt Strong shirts. First half, Tyler Wall goes baseline and kisses it off the glass. He finished with 11 points and 2 blocks. But the night belonged to A.J. Storr. First, the sophomore takes it to the cup and lays it up and in with ease. Then later, Storr gonna show off his range. The corner Storr with the corner 3, career high 29 from him. Wisconsin wins easy, 80-53. It's been a wild ride for Tanner Mordecai during his college football career. 3 different schools in 6 years, with his final stop at Wisconsin. And now with only 1 game left, UW's QB1 has had some time to reflect. He'd be the first to tell you that this season didn't turn out like he hoped. A 3rd-place finish in the West and an injury to his throwing hand. But it's a journey that made a stop in Madison, and it's one he's thankful for.
Different, bittersweet for sure. But yeah, just looking back on all my experiences in college, I'm really thankful. I'm really blessed for everything I've been through and all the great experiences and relationships I've made. I wouldn't change anything I've done to play with these guys. I mean, through the ups and downs, I wouldn't trade it for anything. I think we have a great group of guys in there, and they've meant the world to me this year.
To say the Packers' season has been like a roller coaster is an understatement. They look good, then they look bad. Then they look good again, and then bad again. It's an overreaction Monday every week. And with 3 games left in the season, they're trying to make a late playoff push. Currently, they're on the outside looking in, and the only thing that could help their cause, win the next 3 games.
Yeah, I mean, we got to win. We got 3 opportunities to go out there and get a win. The goal right now is to get to 9-8, and then obviously let the playoffs kind of play themselves out and see if we can get a shot in there. But yeah, I mean, obviously bouncing back after 2 tough losses, we just got to find a way to go win these last 3.
And Kelly Sheffield got some good news just in time for Christmas. Devin Robinson is coming back for her 5th year at Wisconsin. The senior middle blocker finished the year 4th on the team in kills with 267, where she averaged 2.4 kills per set. She also was a big part of that Badger block this past year, finishing with 101. And that's it for morning sports. Have a great day.
Experience the Channel 3000 News app today. Enjoy a website-like layout and swipe through articles without returning to the home screen. Download the Channel 3000 News app, powered by News 3 Now.
A 33-year-old woman has fenders and a new headlight installed on her bike, but the parts are badly designed and cause her to crash. She never walks again. She decides to hire Habish, Rotier, and she receives $14.5 million. The Habish team negotiates with the headlight manufacturer in Germany, the fender company in Hong Kong, the fender designer in Madison, and the bike shop in Seattle. It is literally the opposite of one phone call and a quick settlement. Habish, Rotier. National reputation, hometown service.
Hey, it's me, your dry skin. I'm craving something we're missing. The ceramides in CeraVe. CeraVe with 3 essential ceramides helps restore my natural barrier so I can lock in moisture and we can feel it long after. CeraVe moisturizers.
Hi, I'm Steve Bozeman from Steve's Auto Sales in Madison. I came up with a great sale for you guys, $29.99. I have 10 cars in that price range. Stop by today if you want the best deals in Madison. We have the warranties available. We also have financing for these $29.99 cars. Go to stevesautotrucksales.net. I'm located on Stoughton Road. Stop by and I'll give you the best deal in town. Steve's Auto Sales, the best deals in Madison. Search for Steve's on your phone right now.
Do you have an idea for an invention, but you don't know what to do next? Call InventHelp. They've been helping inventors for 35 years. Call today for free information.
Call 800-550-5543.
Are record energy costs putting a squeeze on your fixed or limited incomes? With inflation rising at record levels and incomes not keeping pace, you might be one of tens of thousands of Wisconsin residents who are struggling to survive in the blistering heat of summer or the bitter cold of winter. While you haven't asked for it, the Keep Wisconsin Warm Cool Fund and your local energy assistance providers are here to help. No Wisconsin resident should ever have to face the challenge of living without heat or power or face homelessness. For a hand up, apply today and call 1-800-506-5596. That's 800-506-5596. Or visit www.kwwf.org.
Happy holidays from all of us at WISC-TV.
Finally, this morning, Disney fans could soon see a slew of new products and movies, possibly at a lower price point. That's because the earliest version of Mickey Mouse goes into the public domain on January 1st. And it's not the modern Mickey people these days see, but rather the stick-legged mouse from Steamboat Willie. Disney is known for taking legal action to protect its brand, so experts predict it'll rein in what it can. However, it's important to note that when Winnie the Pooh entered the public domain, the lovable bear became a horror movie villain. So I guess take it for what it's worth. Anyway, here now is Kelly Slifko with one final check at your Saturday forecast.
Yeah, we do have some fog out there this morning. Visibility is down near 0 in some areas. That should be lifting about 11 o'clock. 50s Christmas Eve and Christmas Day. It looks like a wet Christmas. Today we have the fog, low clouds, a little bit of drizzle here and there. Temperatures rising into the upper 40s. Getting close to 50, especially along the Mississippi River today. We are watching some rain that'll spread in tomorrow night mainly. Pretty solid area of rain expected for Monday, Christmas Day. That'll continue into Christmas night. First warning forecast 50 today in La Crosse, 54 tomorrow with that rain settling on in later in the afternoon into the evening and right into Christmas Day. Then we dry out later next week. Turns a little bit cooler. Same goes for Madison. Rain will hold off a little bit later tomorrow night. That'll continue into Christmas Day before tapering off by Wednesday.
Thank you, Kelly. Thank you all for watching. We're back here tomorrow at 6:30.